What's up, guys? Woo Shogun 212 in the motherfucking building, and today I am in New World Shogun's building. I'm in his house right now, and I am literally, and I'm talking literally, surrounded by a bunch of Boston stuff. He's got freaking Boston Celtics memorabilia all around me and New England Patriots stuff all around. I'm scared, man. I'm a New Yorker. I shouldn't be here. This is crazy stuff in here. And I swear, man, he's got a pair of Tom Brady's underwear, signed, by the way, signed on his wall, framed. What is that, Shogun? I know we share the same kind of name, Shogun. We both Shoguns, but jeez, man. Jeez. Really? Boxers? Is that what you're going for? But it's all cool, man. It is all cool. I'm here because I won the Grow Your Channel Challenge. There you go, I said that right. And since New World Shogun tells stories on his channels, I figured I'm gonna come on here and tell my own damn story. Let me tell my story, my side of the story. I was in 6th grade when this happened. I think it was just after the school year. Around after the school year, and I was about a month away from moving to South Carolina, and I was only in South Carolina for like a year before I moved back up here. But yeah, I was bored. I was bored. You know, I wasn't born in the afternoon in 6th grade. No, it didn't work that way. I was pretty bored in the afternoon, so I was walking around. I really didn't feel like playing video games for some weird reason. I don't know. It's weird. But I was just walking around, and I saw this kid that I knew, but wasn't really my friend. Like, he was in my, I don't think he was he in my class? He was either in my class or was in a class next to me, but I knew of him. I knew of him and his brother. And they were both kind of bad kids, and everybody kind of knew they were bad kids. You know, the teachers, the parents of the kids knew they were bad kids. They always get into fights. I got into a fight with the older brother one time. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of just went back and forth with words, but we were kind of like cool with each other at the same time. It was a weird type of, I don't know, thing. But it was kind of weird. We would fight, but then we were kind of cool at the same time because we knew the same people, so I don't know. It was a weird mixture of madness. But anyway, I saw him. We kind of just started talking. You know, nothing hostile, but we were just like joking around, talking. And he was like, yo, you want to chill? And I'm like, yeah, I'll chill, whatever. So he's like, oh yeah, let me go in the house and get something real quick. And I'm like, all right, cool, take your time. He's like, nah, just come with me. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll come with you. So we both went in his house, and he was just like looking in the cabinets or whatever. And I didn't know what he was looking for, so I was just chilling. I was like, yeah. So what are we gonna do? And he's like, oh, I gotta look for something real quick. And he found a box. He took out a box, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the fuck is that? And it was a box of matches. And these weren't ordinary matches. They were pretty big matches. They were like 6 or 7 inches long, and it was fucking crazy. I never seen matches that big. I was like, whoa. You know, it was like I almost seen like a fucking dinosaur or some shit. So I was like, okay, that's cool, man. What the hell are you gonna do with those? He's like, yo, let's go play with some matches and shit. I'm like, alright, whatever, man, because I had nothing better to do. And at the time, I was a smart kid. Like, I got good grades in school and shit, but it wasn't like, I was smart in a way of getting myself out of trouble, but I wasn't smart enough to prevent myself from getting in trouble. It was a weird smartness that I had. I was very intelligible in that area for some weird reason. But he didn't know where to go exactly. He was like, oh, where should we do this? And I was like, I know the spot. My smart ass. And it was a spot. It was a weird spot. It was behind an abandoned like supermarket. It used to be a popular supermarket. And I guess they went bankrupt and they just left the building there. It was pretty big. So it was behind there, and behind the supermarket it was like a hill. And the hill was covered with like small bushes and trees, and it went for a while. It was like an extension of like a woods that was next to it was an extension of woods that was next to it, but it wasn't a full-blown like wood area. But it was a hill, and then it led to a wall that was a 10-foot drop into the back alley of the supermarket. It was a weird setup. But we went back there, and we usually go back. Well, not we, but I usually go back there anyway, because I see a lot of people, a lot of kids hang out there. Some crazy kids would ride their bikes down the fucking dirt hill and then jump off the 10-foot wall with their bikes and shit. It was crazy. My older brother broke my bike doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? He did end up paying for it, that motherfucker. Work at Burger King, you bitch ass motherfucker. No, I'm playing. Just joking. But yeah, so we went down there and we were just messing with the matches, burning leaves and stuff like that in bottles, and making little piles of leaves and burning them. Just, I don't know, we were like pyromaniacs. It sounds crazy now, but really my intentions weren't crazy like that. But we were ready to leave. We were leaving. We were like, okay, that was cool. Yeah, let's go do something else. And the dumbest thing I've ever done to this day in my life happened right there. The dumbest idea I've ever had in my life. I swear to God. I ignited a big match, one of the big matches, and I was like, hey, watch this, because I noticed of a huge pile of dead leaves. Now, you would think as a kid, oh, this will be fun, but the second you release that match, you're like, fuck, and it goes in like slow motion. Suddenly, it starts small. I'm like, okay, that's not that bad, and then whoosh, a bunch of fucking fire. All the leaves were catching fire. I tried to do some movie shit, kicking dirt on top of it and shit, trying to whip it out, but then it wasn't of course it wasn't gonna diffuse. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. It's a boosh, bunch of fucking fire everywhere. So we both bolted up the hill. And we noticed the guy who was watering his flowers or whatever, and he was spraying water, and then we were yelling. I'm like, hey, spray that way, there's a fire. And he started spraying like crazy, and he was freaking out like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. And I guess they called the fire department at the same time. I guess he was yelling because, I don't know, I was gone. I bolted to my house, which was straight away from that place, and I didn't even look back to see where my friend was, or the person, the kid. He wasn't really my friend, but the only way he could have went was left, because that led to his house, which was up the hill, which is a steep ass hill. And when I got home, and that, besides the fact that was the fastest fucking time I've ever ran to my house. Usually I'm always trying to run away from my house, but this time I was running to my house. It was crazy. I was running so fucking fast. When I got to my house, the criminal in me started clicking. I was like, okay, what can I have to do something. And at the same time, I'm hearing fire sirens and police cars and shit like that. So I'm like, fuck. And then I'm smelling my clothes. I'm like, okay, I smell like smoke. I started changing my clothes really quick, like criminal. So I'm like, okay, change clothes, put it in laundry. No one knows anything. And then I walked downstairs, act casual. I didn't do shit. I didn't burn nothing. I didn't burn no house down, nothing. And then I went into the living room, just chilling while I'm hearing all the sirens. So I'm trying to act cool and shit, like, I didn't do anything. 10 minutes later, knock at the door. It's the police. My mom opens the door because she's in the living room right next to me. She opens the door, and the police are like, oh, is your son here? And my mom's like, yeah, he's right there. And the police officer looks at me and starts talking to me, asking me questions, interrogating me. He's like, were you over there? And he named the little spot earlier. And I'm like, yeah, we were over there playing and shit. And he's like, oh, well, did you have anything to do with that fire that's been over there? And I looked him dead in the eye. This is the beginning of all lies of my life. I looked dead into his eyes. I was like, nope, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he's like, well, some people saw you and another child down there. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I saw a couple of kids down there. I don't know if they started it, but there was a couple kids like, can you describe these kids? Trying to catch me off balance. But motherfucker, I'm a little criminal, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I told them, I was like, yeah, I saw a couple high school kids. They were pretty big. One had short brown hair with like a red shirt, and then the other kid had long blonde hair with some glasses and a blue long sleeve shirt. And I was like, damn, I got some details in my mind, nigga. I couldn't believe I was saying all this detailed description of these kids, and they were just imaginary. They didn't exist. And man, the police officer tried to catch me off guard. He was looking at me like, how do you know they were high school? I'm like, because they were bigger than me. And he's like, okay. And eventually, they couldn't do anything because, you know, they had no proof that I did it. No one had proof, so he left. And my mom looked at me. It was just like, did you do it? And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. And I did get away with it. I never got caught. There was no, you know, anything. I wasn't going to little juvie or nothing. So it really didn't matter. But a month after that, I did move to South Carolina. I never found out what happened to that place. I never found out what happened to my friend. You know what I'm saying? I know he escaped, because I think he might have got in trouble, but I don't remember. So basically, I don't remember a lot of that, but that's exactly what happened. That was a crazy moment in my life. That was like the first time my criminal instincts started kicking in to the point where I could get myself out of trouble, but I still can't keep myself from getting in trouble. It's weird. I can get myself out so quickly, but I can't stop myself from getting in. It's a weird thing. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story as much as I did telling you. No one really knows this story except for like me, so I never really told this to anybody. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you liked the video, please like and comment just to support New World Shogun, and come to my channel if you liked it, and sub to me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the support these guys have been giving me since I started doing this. And yeah, guys, peace.